Oh my god, we can now confirm that Scott and Lindsey from Love After Lockup have number 1 broken up, and number 2, Scott actually called the police on her and got her back in jail. Oh my god, this is unbelievable, so I don't want to waste any time, let's just jump right into this one. Here is the scoop, we all know it. Scott and Lindsey, they have been on a downward spiral, god-awful relationship, and we knew it was coming to an end, and I heard vague rumors that it might be a possibility that Scott actually got her, or not even, I heard that Lindsey might be back in jail. Well, in the last episode of Love After Lockup, we saw Lindsey basically just completely destroy Scott's office, and then that was pretty much it. The episode just ended, but Scott posted on his Facebook a very long post. Boom, right there. I'm going to try to siphon through it, read this as best as I can, but this is a very long post. Scott said, Love After Lockup final update. He said, okay, so it's really not the outcome anyone hopes for, regardless of how Lindsey chose to handle herself over the course of the final episode. Sadly, Lindsey and I severed ties, which basically means break up, and I ended up having to kick out / evict Lindsey shortly after the filming of the last episode, and had her arrested for just, horrible things, for the property destruction. Most notably was my expensive executive desk, which was defaced with permanent black marker and the letters bleep bleep gouged into the wood 18 inches big on top of the desk. And it goes on and on and on about all the stuff she has done, blah, 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 blah. He did say, however, I did not have any knowledge of or play a part in Lindsey's other arrests, as they occurred well after she left the home here, and I dropped all of her belongings off at her mother's front yard. So I have no information on her other arrests aside from what is public knowledge, which is possession of not good stuff. So long story short, after he kicked her out, she had other possessions of God knows what, and she got put back in jail. And Scott also said, so bearing a miracle or next coming of Christ, it appears Lindsey is facing some serious time at the state level, which is in addition to her revocation of post-release supervision, which is federal and could be around 2 years, give or take. On paper, at least, it does not look good. He then goes down talking about how, his relationship and the show, and how he wasn't, super surprised or sad, and how he had a great time filming the show, blah, blah, blah. And he said that he's fielded a lot of questions regarding her daughter, Miley Grace, and how she was doing during the course of the show. He said, Miley Grace, although I do not have continued contact, I've been told from several people close to her she's doing great, and she has a wonderful dad and stepmom, as well as a small community who supports her and loves her. She's a great kid and will do fine in life under a difficult set of circumstances. And he ends it by saying, on top of all that, again, I truly hope Lindsey somehow finds a way to change for the better for herself, for her daughter, and for her family. Although we all had a bunch of laughs with the show, underneath it all, this really is a sad and tragic outcome for Lindsey and her daughter. Sometimes things maybe just can't be fixed, and you have to accept things and people for what they are. I don't have that answer, or only time will tell for Lindsey, but the time runs out eventually. So wow, if you couldn't keep up with me because I, had the reading level of like a 2-year-old, basically what he said is Lindsey completely destroyed his office, and he had to call the cops on her, in his words, for his own safety, because he was afraid she might do something worse. And honestly, I think Scott is a complete idiot, but I agree with him. You don't know what she could do. Like when I saw her ruining his office, I was like, God, you need to be careful. She had a pair of scissors in her hand, and I was like, you need to really be careful, Scott, because you just don't know what she's going to do. She's clearly out of her mind. And so he called the police supposedly a day or so after, and she got arrested for that. And it also sounds like sometime after that, she also got arrested with possession of selling stuff that's not good and possession of other stuff, and she got arrested. And now it sounds like because of her previous arrests and whatnot, it's a big, long, drawn-out thing, and she'll be in jail for 2+ years. And it also sounds like Miley Grace, her daughter, who I thought was sweet and I just felt incredibly bad for, it sounds like she has a really good stepdad, or a really good dad and stepmom, which Lindsey never mentioned her ex and all that stuff. So I hope to God her dad, I literally, from the bottom of my heart, I know I'm crazy and loud and just dramatic, but I'm being serious right now. I'm honest. I hope to God her real dad is a nice guy and can raise her, and the stepmom is nice and normal, because this girl, my God, Can you imagine being her in her situation when you have a crazy mom like Lindsey, and then she meets a guy like Scott who is also crazy in his own ways? It's like, this is just sad. I mean, Miley Grace is what, 10, 11, 12 years old? It sucks. It's sad. I feel bad for her, and I just hope to God the dad is like a halfway decent human being. I have no idea if Lindsey is actually in jail currently. It does sound like Scott is still living in Mississippi, which is just bizarre. Like, why did he leave New York? Crazy situation. I think Scott is a complete, honestly, kind of just a loser, deadbeat, but I will say because he lost his son, I feel bad for him. And for Lindsey, she can just go, oh my God, she can get out of here, and I think the best place for her for the time being is honestly jail. Maybe she can kind of mature, grow up, learn some just normal skills and try to live a normal life, but oh my God, right now, she's out of her mind. And I think honestly, just deep down, Lindsey is on something. I don't know what, but I think she is on something, and it is not looking good for Lindsey. But believe it or not, y'all, we actually saw some pretty other good stuff. So we also got to see Brittany and Marcelino, and oh my God, this is also sad. This is kind of also a serious topic. It is with Brittany's mom. We all know she's going through stuff. She has a very serious addiction problem, and it's like Brittany was trying to talk to her mom. She wasn't getting any communication. A couple days went by, and she was freaking out. She went to the motel in this last episode where her mom stays, and this is why I don't like Love After Lockup that much, because it's like we saw these cops flooring by, and they were making it seem like that was the mom. Like the mom was going to get arrested, which of course, no, that didn't happen. It was someone totally different. The mom ended up like walking into the motel. She looked fine on the surface, but then Brittany was like, let me take you home, come back with me. And then the mom was finally just like, whatever, I'll come with you. And Brittany was like, well, where were you, mom? And she claims I was with my boyfriend. And Brittany right away was like, no, that doesn't make any sense. She was like, who is your boyfriend? And then she ended up admitting that she went out on the streets trying to find God knows what. And it's just, ugh. I feel bad for her. She has a real problem. She needs to go get help. That's all I'm gonna say. And honestly, if I worked for Love After Lockup and they have any bit of a budget, I would freaking just offer to pay the freaking thing. Go to rehab, go get help, and seriously, you shouldn't be on TV, none of that. I don't care for the drama or whatnot. She needs real help. And kind of also, again, on a serious note, this is just a really weird video for Love After Lockup. Usually Love After Lockup's like the happy-go-lucky all, but this last episode was kind of serious. We saw Destiny, we saw Sean. Sean's an idiot, so we can just disregard him. He is getting ready to go to California to basically show up for Destiny's last final court to make sure that she shows up so he doesn't have to pay $50,000. Whatever, he's a moron. Destiny, I have always hated Destiny. I could not stand her. I thought she was literally evil. Now we're starting to find out some more stuff on her past, and basically it sounds like her uncle did some just horrifically horrible things to her when she was like 12, 13 years old. Very young, and it's awful. It was her freaking uncle, and she ended up literally going into court when she was like 12 years old and getting the guy in jail for what he did. So, I mean, it doesn't matter how much you hate someone. When I heard Destiny say that, I was like, you know what? So Destiny was like, that is why I'm so crazy, and that's why I do the things I do, because I never really coped with what happened to me when I was younger. And it's like, I hear that and I'm like, shoot, she's probably right, and I don't want to like her, but I do feel bad for her. And I look at Destiny too, I'm like, you know what, Destiny, you need help too. So I'm not even going to comment on her. I really, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, feel bad for her, and I have no idea if I've heard rumors she's got a new man. I've also heard that she's in jail, so I don't know what happens to her, but oh my God, I have to say I kind of feel bad for her. And then there was Lacey and Shane and Lacey's dad, who I kind of actually like. I think Lacey's dad is kind of funny. He's just a hilarious kind of guy, a good guy to, you know, hang around and joke around with, and he's buddy-buddy with Shane, which I also love, because Lacey and Shane, they're having a baby. The problem with these two is now I'm just going to call fake. I actually like Lacey. Lacey was one of the first people to ever follow me on my Instagram account that is on one of these reality shows. So I like Lacey, I like Shane. I think they are perfectly nice people. I also think that every word out of their mouth on this show is completely fake. No shame, nothing wrong with it. I'm not trying to call them out. I'm just saying I think their segment is fake, and I think this John guy is in on it. And I think the dad's in on it too, because it's like, I think they just want to be on the show. That's it. I like these people. I think they are nice. I think they are a cute couple. Kind of bizarre, but I do like them. I'm supporting them. But yeah, it has to be fake. In the last episode, Lacey was talking to her dad about how John, her ex her ex from a million years ago, reached back out to her, and it's all the same ex that also hates Shane. And so it's like the dad was like, are you going to tell Shane? Of course, Lacey didn't tell him. And then what did the dad do? The dad turned around and told Shane, and Shane was super upset. And then we also got to see Lacey talk to one of her girlfriends about the whole John situation, how now she wasn't going to tell Shane. And it's like, you know what? Okay, this is completely fake. There's like a 1% chance this is real. And if this is just for some fluke of a chance real, then this John guy and his whole, even Lacey and Shane for that matter, are out of their mind. Because it's like, why would you even have this idiot's number saved if you were like, you know, really trying to move on with your life? I don't think it's real. I think it is fake. I think they're trying to stay on the show for drama and publicity, and that is it. I like them, but oh my god, this is either completely fake, or if it is real, they're out of their mind. Oh yeah, we saw Dumb and Dumber too. We saw Michael and Sarah, and oh my god, these two couldn't be much worse. And I mean, it's just this. Sarah, she needs help. Michael needs to go back to jail. That's probably the only solution for this guy, because this guy is like a master manipulator, and it's like he knows that Sarah's still in love with him, and so he'll try to kind of pull her along and act like he's interested, and then right when Sarah kind of is like, you know what, I am interested, the next thing you know, he'll start screaming and fighting and doing this, and it's like she just screams back, and then he screams back, and they go back and forth, and that's all fine and dandy. Hey, they can fight, they're adults. The problem I have with it is every time these two fight, their two little girls are like right beside them. And I don't care how old you are. First off, the older daughter is old enough to have an idea of what is going on, and the baby is a baby. But it's like still, this can't be good for them. So I am just, that's where I drop it. If I was on Love or Lockup, like as like a producer, I would say the kids gotta go. I mean, they need to go to the grandparents or something. Michael, you gotta go. It's good drama, but you can't fight like this in front of your kids 24/7. So I don't even remember, to be honest, what started the fight, but they were at Michael's hotel, and Sarah said this, Michael said that. They were kind of talking about his past. Sarah kind of brought up when he was cheating, and one thing, boom, sparked it, and next thing you know, Michael was screaming, and Sarah was screaming about 10 times louder, and like I said, the kids were in the middle of it, and then that was kind of the end of their segment. She mentioned Malcolm, which is like, are you kidding me? You really think this poor guy is going to want to stay with you after you're in the middle of all this crazy Michael drama? No way, and if he does, he's just as crazy as you. But Michael and Sarah, I can't stand it. But thank God I have heard a rumor, I believe, that Michael is back in jail, and I hope to God that's true. I don't wish him any harm. He's a fellow Michigander, so of course, I gotta love my Michigan boys, but man, Michael, he needs some serious, dude, come on, like, respect her. She's your baby mama. It's like, you can't bounce around like this, man. And I get it. He wants to act like he's Mr. Hugh Hefner and he's got this girl and that girl, but it's like, dude, eventually, you gotta stop with the crap. And if you want to be with Sarah, be with her. If not, I mean, I would just like really cut ties with it, because he's not going to be a dad. And you correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like, I don't see him ever being in his two daughters' lives. I just don't see that happening. He will kind of stand there and grab his kids, and he can act like he's a good dad, but I just think it's inconsistent. He's never around. I doubt he's paying child support, and I think he just has kind of just a twisted plan. I'm not a big fan of him, besides the fact that my boy is from Michigan. But comment below what y'all think of Michael and Sarah, and we also saw Andrea and Lamar, and I don't even know what to say. Basically, what happened over the past like 10 episodes is Lamar took his youngest daughter to see his oldest daughter, Shantae. Shantae is with a different woman, not with Andrea, obviously. And so it's like but he didn't tell Andrea, and then once Andrea heard that he took their daughter to meet Shantae, she got furious, she got fed up, because it was behind her back. And the thing that Lamar said that I kind of had to agree with is Lamar was like, you know what, she is my daughter, and I should not have to even tell you in advance that I'm going to see my daughter. And I agree with him. I'm sick of all these freaking reality TV people just taking sides of their significant other when they have kids in the mix. No one ever sides with the kids. It's like, that is freaking rude. So I honestly, if I was Shantae, I would be fired up. I would never want to talk to Andrea ever again. And it sounds like they already had an awful relationship, and it's like the worst thing is for Andrea is she's proving everything Shantae is saying. Shantae has been saying that, you know what, Lamar, your wife, or dad, Dad Lamar, your wife Andrea, she doesn't want to have a relationship with me, and she doesn't want you to have a relationship with me either. And these past few episodes have completely proven that. I agree with her. I think Andrea is making herself look god-awful. I always thought she was motherly and sweet and kind of nice and loving, but now I'm like, you know what? This is not cool, and if I was Lamar, I would consider running. So Andrea took the kids, they went to a hotel, but then it's like once they got to the hotel, it was kind of like Andrea was like, I'm just going to come here, I'm going to calm down, and then we'll talk it out and be fine. Kind of. That's how she was kind of wording it, but at first she was like, we're done, this relationship's over, we're done being together, but now it's kind of like that they're going to kind of work it out, so I don't know what's going to happen. Oh my god, a lot of drama, and I'm really starting to kind of get sick of Andrea. And that was about it, give or take. I feel like we didn't get to see Chevelle or Quaylon, I don't believe, and I feel like we're missing someone else, but I cannot think of it. I don't know. I don't know where we stand with Love After Lockup, if we are in the middle of a season, if we have a season finale coming, I have no idea. I think this season's going to be ending kind of soon, but I'm not totally sure, but oh my god, all I know is this show is freaking insane, and I absolutely love it. Well guys, comment below what y'all thought of the last episodes of Love After Lockup. I freaking love this show. I hope you guys do too. Put in the comments what y'all are thinking. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and y'all better stay tuned for many more videos.